Many of us have heard of stem cells, but it can be really confusing about what kind are the best. More importantly, what will work best for you. Dr. Bill Johnson of Innovation's Stem Cell Center is here to help us understand the differences.
Good morning.
Good morning. There's a lot of talk about this, and so why is there so much excitement around stem cells?
Well, stem cells do most of the healing of our body, and if you understand what stem cells can do, you can see why. So when our body's damaged, stem cells are activated, and they have some special properties. First, they can make more copies of themselves, and most of our cells can't. Most of our cells don't have the ability to reproduce. But the other thing stem cells can do is they can become other types of cells. So if you need muscle cells, if you need cartilage cells, if you need skin cells, different types of cells, they can become different types of cells and multiply so that they can do the jobs we need them to do.
Great demonstration, by the way.
The other thing they can do, though, is a real important portion, is they can tell the other cells what to do. They can command the cells. And in particular, that's important when we're talking about inflammation. Most injuries result in inflammation. Stem cells are great at turning inflammation off and telling the system to shut down. Now we're done.
This is an army of stem cells.
Army of stem cells.
I love that. Now, are there different types of stem cells?
There are different types of stem cells, several different types. And in folks considering stem cell therapy right now, you really got two broad categories that are important to them. One, did I get the stem cell from myself, are they me, or did I get the stem cell from someone else? If you got the stem cell from yourself, you had to go through some type of harvest. We had to go get the cells. And nowadays, that's typically one of two ways. We do either bone marrow aspirations, or we do a little bit of liposuction and use fat.
Okay.
We prefer fat because we get roughly 1,000 times more soldiers.
Right.
And as you can imagine, if I have 1,000 times more soldiers, I can do more work and get more done. Correct.
Okay, now what would the difference be between my cells and maybe somebody else's?
So if you've done umbilical cord cells, which there are a lot of folks doing umbilical cord cells, or placental cells or that sort of thing, you've got someone else's cells. So when they come and try to work with my own cells, are my own cells going to recognize them, or are they going to think this is a different army?
Right.
Are they going to be able to work together? Can they work together as well? Can these cells come in and do healing? And there's always that interface issue that can stand in the way. That's why we get much more consistent results when we're using your own cells. Our own cells know how to talk to each other. They already know how, they already know what to do.
Okay, so you mentioned that they're talking to each other, but they're talking especially to our immune system and telling our immune what to do. So how exactly does that work?
Well, that's right. So these cells, our stem cells, really do command the whole situation when we're doing healing, and they also tell everything to turn off. If we're using someone else's cells, now they may not be on the same frequency.
They're not the same team.
They might not even speak the same language. And so we just don't see as consistent results when we're using non-self cells. So we prefer fat because of the number, and we definitely prefer your own cells over someone else's cells.
What types of problems are you using with stem cells?
Well, osteoarthritis is our biggest one. Knees, hips, shoulders, really making some big differences. These cells are also great on inflammatory disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Crohn's disease. We're doing a lot of lung disorders like COPD and asthma, doing some heart disease and kidney disease, erectile dysfunction, Peyronie's disease.
The list goes on and on.
A long list of things that we can see some real improvement on.
Okay, well, this was very, very helpful on the importance of using your own stem cell. If you are dealing with any of those issues, any of those problems, you need to start the process now. Call and ask some questions. Here's a number to call. It's 214-972-0353 for more information and to schedule a free consultation. Come in and get all of your questions answered. You can also go to innovationsstemcellcenter.com.